week on Greyhound View, we take a look at the highlights of the first round heats of the Paddy Power Irish Derby, the finals of the Texacloth Newbridge Puppy Derby, and from Mullingar, the 2003 Guinness Fair Warrior 400. We also pay a visit to County Leash trainer Liam Ramsbottom. But first, it's Thursday night's action from the Irish Derby heats. The much-anticipated first-round heats of the Paddy Power Irish Derby got underway last Thursday night at Shelbourne Park. People travelled from far and wide to see some of the top dogs going head-to-head in this prestigious event. Ian Fortune takes us through the highlights of the night.
The first of the big runs came in Heat 3, with Bucky Burglar winning in trap-to-line fashion for his trainer, Paul Hennessy.
There's number 1, Bucky Burglar, going up the inside with 5, Jewel Nikita on the outside. Number 4, Act 1 just in behind him. Droopy's Faraday gets into it. The 3 favourites sort themselves out into the back. Number 1, Bucky Burglar by 2 lengths from 5, Jewel Nikita. A length to 6, Droopy's Faraday. Back and forth now. Number 2, Taming the Tiger, beginning to move. But on the third bend, it's number 1 still out front. That's Bucky Burglar, being challenged by 5, Jewel Nikita. In third, Droopy's Faraday, but up the home straight. Number 1, Bucky Burglar, being challenged by Jewel Nikita, coming to the line. It's close, but it looks as though Bucky Burglar has just held on from 5, Jewel Nikita in second, with 6, Droopy's Faraday third, the time 29.91.
In the very next heat, Droopy's Oasis, trained by Owen McKenna, recorded the fastest time of the night in highly impressive fashion.
It's number 3, Droopy's Oasis. 4, Killahara Dream, showing pace up, and so is number 6, Top Tank. Going to be trouble here. Top Tank suffers. 4 gets a bump, and away goes Droopy's Oasis. Away 3 clear from number 2, Miss Jingles in second. 4, Killahara Dream is third. Charlie Bird is still at the rear as we into the third bend with number 3, Droopy's Oasis, gone on by 6 lengths from 2, Miss Jingles second. 4, Killahara Dream is third, and now number 5, Charlie Bird, beginning to pick them up as they come towards the line. Is number 3, Droopy's Oasis, impressive. He wins it from 2 in second place, Miss Jingles, and 4, Killahara Dream is third. The time is a very smart 29.74.
In Heat 5, Easter Cup champion Mulvey Gamble was made the hot favourite to land the spoils, and he did so in style.
Mulvey Gamble, number 3, challenging on the inside. Back in third is number 5, that's Dara Jem. The favourite takes a little bump as he hits number 4, Lignamona Bray, going past him on the bend. And now Mulvey Gamble storms clear down the far side. Challenging on the inside for second is Top General, on the outside Dara Jem, but around the final bend now, and it's number 3, Mulvey Gamble, out 5 clear from number 2, Top General in second. 5, Dara Jem is third, but it's Mulvey Gamble all the way. Top General running on very well in second, but Mulvey Gamble takes this one impressively. 2, Top General is second, and Dara Jem runs a big race in third. The time 29.77.
A couple of races later, and Born a Pilot turned in what can only be described as a sensational performance to win in the style of a true champion.
Here coming up around the bend, Born a Pilot. He's the favourite in 3, and he's slowly away as usual. It's 5, Rank Rahancho out front and showing a fair gallop to the corner with number 4 in second. The favourite is working his way into a position, but there's a lot of ground to make up as number 5, Rank Rahancho, is clear into the back straight from 1, Lenson Arsenal. 4, Altonor Signal, and here goes Born a Pilot, scything through the field, challenging on the inside. What astounding pace, but he checks on the third bend, and it's still number 1, Lenson Arsenal in front from 3, Born a Pilot in second. Borna is challenging on the outside, and here goes Born a Pilot now, going on to win this one in style. Born a Pilot, what a performance. Take a Right comes through fast for second in a photo finish with number 5, Rank Rohancho. A brilliant performance.
These sponsors, Paddy Power, have installed climate control. They are a clear favourite for outright honours, and following his performance in Heat 11, it's understandable why.
Number 3, Climate Control, 6-1 on. He's the favourite. Here coming up behind the traps, and away to go, and the favourites out fast. Climate Control going clear to the bend from 5, Break the Clock in second, and 1 leaves Old Forge on the inside, but it's Climate Control around the bend. He's gone 5 clear onto the second bend. It's 3, Climate Control in front. Break the Clock is running a good race in second. Leaves Old Forge's third and then let it slip. Into the third bend and is Climate Control. 5 clear. Break the Clock is beginning to move in second and is closing the gap, but there's still 5 lengths in it turning for home. It's 3, Climate Control in front. 5, Break the Clock is closing the gap, but still well adrift. 4, finishing fast, Awesome Impact, but Climate Control takes it in style all the way in a time of 29.88.
Later in the programme, we return to Shelbourne Park for the highlights from Saturday night's Derby heats. crowd turned out last Friday evening at the County Kildare Stadium for the final of the Texacloth Newbridge Puppy Derby, carrying a winner's prize of €10,000 and trophy. Ian Fortune takes us through the lineup.
In One Who Loves You Baby, owned and trained by Dermot Morris. In Leash, this a son of He Knows and Collier's Pearl, 3 wins from 10 starts, but one of the outsiders. In 2, the hugely fast Soviet Colorado, trained by Reggie Roberts locally for Sean Cronin in Limerick, this a son of Stapler's Joe and Soviet Spice. In 3, Shantabar, the likely favourite, owned and trained by Larry Clancy in Navan, son of Stapler's Joe and Bright Snow, he possesses brilliant early pace. In 4, When You Like, trained by Paul Hennessy for the MMS Syndicate in Killee, this a son of Come On Ranger and Strong Mini, he's won 5 of his 14 starts. In 5, we have Loughnamon Lord, owned and trained by Marilyn Langton in Kilkenny, this a son of Sparl Nikita, and Loughnamon Lady, a highly impressive winner last time out. And completing the lineup is number 6, Lemon Jaguar, trained by Martin Lahey for Ann Dowling in Kilkenny, a son of Smooth Rumble and Lemon Jackson, well drawn in the stripes as the only wide seed. Runners now in traps for the Texacloth Newbridge Puppy Derby. Winner €10,000 and trophy. Should be a cracking contest. They're well on the way. Coming up behind traps, and away they go. And it's Shantabar, the favourite, breaks in front. Leads up from number 5, Loughnamon Lord. On the inside, number 2, Soviet Colorado. Around the corner, and Shantabar leads. He's a half length clear now, clear of number 2, Soviet Colorado. Back in third, number 5, Loughnamon Lord. Down the far side, Shantabar. Here comes Soviet Colorado. Neck and neck into the third corner. It's Shantabar, but here comes number 2, Soviet Colorado. He takes up the running. He's a length and a half clear now of number 3, Shantabar. Back in third, number 5, Loughnamon Lord. But around the final corner, it's number 2, Soviet Colorado. Up the home straight, Shantabar coming back, but Soviet Colorado gets there. Second, number 3, Shantabar, who was close for third. The winning time, 28.62. Well, what a cracking contest the final of the Texacloth Newbridge Puppy Derby proved to be, with number 2, Soviet Colorado, getting home in front of number 3, Shantabar. Back in third, number 6, Lemon Jaguar. 28.62, the winning time.
The Texacloth Puppy Derby is an established competition for pups, and on a personal level I'd like to thank Aidan Walsh for sponsoring it. He's sponsored this competition for the last 30 years, and I think it's a credit to him and a credit to Newbridge. I told Reggie when I brought the dog up to him that I'd all the hard work done for him. So Reggie told me after a few runs, he said this is a good dog and that we'll win something big with him, and he was right.
Reggie, you're becoming an old hat at winning here at Newbridge Track.
Yeah, it's been rather lucky for me. I've had a great run of luck here at the moment this year. It's marvellous. The draw made all the difference. Like Larry Clancy's dog, you can't take anything. It was a marvellous race. It was neck and neck the whole way. I just had the right side of him, and that was the wins of the relay.
It's one of the big nights of the year here at Mullingar Greyhound Stadium with the final of the Guinness Fair Warrior 400. Kilmalady Boy, well, his failure to qualify for tonight's final was one of the main talking points last weekend. In his absence, Brewers Turn and Powerhouse Rebel are likely to lead the market. The only bitch in the lineup here tonight is in the red jacket. That's Mobile Mini, owned in Cookstown by Christy Devlin. This one a daughter of Staples Joe and College Serena. Won its semi-final last weekend in 21.48. Plenty of support for number 2, that's Brewers Turn, owned and trained in Dublin by Larry Kinsella, a son of Sparl Nikita and Bray Breeze. Next, running in the white jacket, On Stage Jim. This one is jointly owned by Paula and Colette Hoban of England, a son of Mount Leader Pier and Alias Stage. Next, it's Tina's Mirage, trained by Seamus Graham, a son of Top Honcho and Tina Marina. Running in the orange jacket, Powerhouse Rebel, trained by Gerard White for the Railway Dreamers Syndicate of Lifford, winner last weekend in 21.41. And finally in the stripes, it's Rack and Ray Prince, the trainer here Pat Kelly, a son of Vintage Prince and Drennan Lady. It's a race that carries with it a top prize of €6,000. There's also been plenty of support in the market for one. Mobile Mini here comes towards traps, and Mobile Mini breaks well on the inside, so 2 Brewers Turn on the wide outside. Rack and Ray Prince, but down towards the rails. Mobile Mini into that opening bend. Can he get clear? He can. Mobile Mini goes in front by 2 or 3 lengths. The challenge now on for second. In there is Tina's Mirage, but down the back straight, it's Mobile Mini going on. Tina's Mirage is finishing, but up towards the line is Mobile Mini, second Tina Mirage, and third the white jacket of On Stage Jim. Result of the final of the 2003 Guinness Fair Warrior 400. The win for Mobile Mini, second Tina's Mirage and third On Stage Jim. The winning time here, slightly slower would you believe than the consolation final, 21.40. Christy, no doubt you're delighted to come here to Mullingar tonight and come away with the top prize.
That's right, I'm delighted, more than delighted. For all the size of her. and there's dogs in there 80% wet. It only goes to show you what people will come there to pick a pup, and let's pick the biggest pup in the litter.
Seamus, it certainly proves tonight that the best of things do come in small parcels.
They certainly do. She's a very game bitch. She was brought down in Kerry from Ray Fleming with the help of Frank Thornton, who's the ICC steward in Tralee. And she's well handled by Damien Cullen. He made an excellent job with her, and we're very pleased with her.
She broke exceptionally well and led into the opening bend, which is crucial over the 400 yards distance.
It certainly is, and especially at this track, where it is such a significant factor. But she's very game and very gutsy, and she's a good railer, so she's very pleased with her.
What's the next plan? Is it going to go over a longer distance?
Well, she has 28.60 at Cork. She can stay the 5.25, but we'll take a look at what the options are. There's a few races coming up around Lifford, and that might be the plan, just to step her up. We had her in the Oaks, but she had broke earlier on in the year, and she just wasn't right. So we'll have a few options, but when you have pace, you can go a lot of places.
The Irish Greyhound Board here in Mullingar now, Michael, are the major investor here. The private investors are still there. It's a partnership over the past 18 months that has turned out to be quite a success.
Yeah, I suppose the board decided to invest in Mullingar in 1999. At that stage, the private investor was a wholly owned private company, didn't have the level of investment to make a new facility, and the board at that stage took a 51% equity within the company and developed this new facility which is behind us here.
As we see by the crowd here tonight, and indeed many other nights as well, it really is working.
Yeah, well, I think Mullingar now is running 2 nights a week. The financial results have completely changed. Historically, before the investment, it was doing about 200,000 a year in the total. This year it'll be close to 4 million. Its bars will turn 500,000, and the bookmakers 5 or 6 million. So it's fundamentally transformed, and that's been a great benefit for the private owners as well, who now can expect an annual distribution of dividend on an annual basis.
It really, Michael, has been a wonderful turnaround here in Mullingar.
Yeah, I suppose Mullingar, it's a good midland town, very, very good base, and the board wanted to guarantee the continuation of greyhound racing in Mullingar, and that's why it was so important that the board took an equity to ensure its ongoing and continued development.
In part 2, we visit trainer Liam Ramsbottom, plus we take a look at the remaining highlights from the first round of the Irish Derby.
Number 5, Sandy Hill Bill. From 4, Wally Wop. Now 3, Group Champ is beginning his run from behind. But out front, Sandy Hill Bill is in front. Group Champ putting in a big run, but Sandy Hill is going to take this one.
Leash-based handler Liam Ramsbottom is no stranger to success, even though he's relatively new to the training game. During the week, we paid him a visit.
I took out my licence a year ago. Prior to that, I worked with QK Meats for 12 years. And I decided then a year ago that I'd give it a lash. My father at home was breeding a lot of bitches at the time, and they're all throwing good progeny, so I decided to have a crack at it, see what happens. So I do all training down here, in my kennel down here, in the home place in Garryglass. That's where all the brood bitches are. We're helped down up there. I take them at 13 months old and gradually start galloping them and walking them and bring them to track in for the first hand slip. I'm training a few dogs for myself, but I'm looking up for a few good owners, and there's about 14 dogs there belong to other people that I'm training as well, on top of 6 or 7 for myself. So all in all I have about 21 in training. I have a couple of syndicate owners that bought young pups off me with a cost them, would say, in the region of 12 to 1400 euros starting off, and then to upkeep it up till 12 months old then would have been about 20 euro a week. But once they went to train, then the fees would go up, somewhere in the region between 45 and 50 euro a week. And it's, for a syndicate, it's a small outlay, and there's, for a good crack, and you never know, with a bit of luck, could have a classic winner. You never know. You should have a fair idea early on. You should know whether you have a real good dog or a mediocre dog or just a grader. You should know it really after 3 or 4 runs out of the box. Your grader would be basically, we said, 29.50, the 32nd class. You could have a dog in that grade, and he'd only be suitable, we say, for the ordinary graded race. Whereas your open class dog would be the dog that would be above that, and he'll be going for all the major competition, whereas your grader wouldn't be really up to that, realistically up to that level. I have a dog through to the second round of the Derby at the moment. Take a Right's his name, very fast dog. Broke the track record in Thurles there, 28.43. He's owned by two people up in Newbridge, P.A. Walsh and Michael Nugent. He was bred by Reggie Roberts, Hunter Classic, stay sharp dog. Hopefully with a bit of luck, we're expecting he could go a long way. Prince Ned is got through to the semi-final of the Waterford Crystal the weekend. He's a track record holder in Thurles, over 570 yards, very fast greyhound. We tied around the idea of running him in the Derby, but we decided to go for this Waterford event. And hopefully he's down now to the semi-final. You never know, with a bit of luck, he might just win this one, with the help of God. Sandy Hill Bill, he's a vintage Prince dog out of Glass Slipper. He's also through to the semi-final of the Waterford Crystal. Extremely fast dog too. He won the final of the JP Moore in Newbridge there in January. He's been plagued with injuries since, but we think we have him right now, and hopefully he might sneak through to the final as well with a bit of luck. I have two very promising saplings there at the moment, Sandy Hill Sid and Sandy Hill Lark. We hope to pick out an unraced sweepstake from somewhere inside the next couple of months and hopefully have a crack at that with them. Fingers crossed, they would look to be part of my team for next year. They look top class at the moment. I also have a nice brindle dog there. He's owned by a syndicate down in Tipperary, the Sandy Bottom Syndicate. Celtic Rebel is his name. He's a Mine Rebel dog out of a bitch belonged to my father, Gary Lastrew. She was a very fast bitch. She won her 17 races. This is her first later, and this lad looks very promising at the moment. So hopefully that syndicate will have a few good nights out of him. I have 6 lovely pups there at the moment by a Rapid Range out of Glass Slipper. I'd love to be able to keep them all, but it wouldn't be possible to keep them all, so I'll probably sell 1 or 2 of them. They're lovely pups. I think at the moment the game is booming. There seems to be great crowds going. All these new tracks have been redeveloped, and it's a good night out for people to go now. Every track you went out is a buzz. You have something to eat, have a drink, have a bet. It's a real good night out. The highlight for me so far was that probably the first dog I had down here called Sandy Hill Slip. Back in 1999, he went unbeaten to the Laurels down in Cork. He got to the final unbeaten. Very unlucky down in the final in Cork. He got turned over the first bend. Very unlucky not to win that classic. I'd love to win a classic and to come so near that night, but yet so far.
Two of the favourites had shown their class in Thursday's opening session when Climate Control and Borna Pilot won in style. We all came to Shelburne on Saturday night to see Serene Rumble and all the other stars do their stuff in the second session of 12 heats. The big heat in most people's mind was the 4th race, heat 16 of the Derby. Serene Rumble going from trap 6 in what was regarded as a very tough contest. But Eddie Ryan's dog shot away from traps and showed absolutely astonishing pace to the first bend. But then things just went a little bit wrong. But it's number 6 Serene Rumble, number 3 Barlow Style takes an awful tumble. Oh, number 6 Serene Rumble being caught there. Number 1 Barry King nearly takes over, but it's Serene Rumble that leads down the back straight. Number 2 Animar Billy and Chase. Then comes number 1 Safari King. Number 4 Droopy Joel comes next. But out front, it's still Serene Rumble. Here comes Animar Billy with a powerful challenge. Around the final corner, Serene Rumble, Animar Billy, back in third, Droopy Joel. But it's Serene Rumble, this powerhouse, stretching clear. He wins it. Second, number 2, Animar Billy. Third, number 4, Droopy Joel. 30.09, the winning time. There was a big focus of attention on Axel Grease in Heat 18. The Oaks winner for Larry Dunn and Ollie Bray, very fast starter. She got away to another flying start here, but things didn't go quite as expected. On their away, and first to show is number 5, Confident Choice. Number 1, that's Axel Grease going well. On the outside, number 6, Chief's Order, now takes up the running into the corner, and number 6, Chief's Order, skips 2 lengths clear of the Oaks winner, Axel Grease. In third, number 5, Confident Choice, down the far side, it's Chief's Order. He leads by a length and a half, 2 lengths now on number 1, Axel Grease. In third, number 5, Confident Choice, but it's number 6, Chief's Order that leads. Axel Grease now coming with a new challenge. Further back, I see Air Force James in full flight, but around the final corner, it's Chief's Order with Axel Grease. Here comes Air Force James coming up the line. Chief's Order, Air Force James, it's very close between Chief Order and Air Force James. What a race. The winning time, 30 seconds. Axel Grease was back in third. Droopy's Agassi, one of the stars of last year's Derby, ran in the final under an injury cloud. He's back again in top form for David Miles and Owen McKenna. He appeared in Heat 20 and again flew from trap 6 and was never troubled, winning in 29.96, one of the few winners on the night to actually break 30 seconds. Droopy's Agassi, a lead of 3 lengths from 4 Norris Prince as they head towards the third bend. Droopy's Agassi out front, Norris Prince closing slightly in second. 5 Canary Captain is third, and then Special Trick. But off the final bend, it's Agassi, way out and clear. Droovy's Agassi comes to win this one for David Miles. Number 4 is second, that's Norris Prince. 5 Canary Captain is third, the time 29.96. Heat 23 was expected to provide a great duel between Spellbound and Nikita Billy. Well, both of them very much to the fore all the way, but it was an impressive performance here from Nikita Billy. The two favourites are on the outside, the hare coming behind the chops, and away to go, and it's Spellbound out fast, but Nikita Billy sprints to the front and leads up. Number 5, Nikita Billy, with 4, Lemon Rebel going up very fast on the inside. Spellbound on the outside, into the far side, Nikita Billy gone on by 2.5 lengths from Lemon Rebel in second. Spellbound being challenged by Friedel Save down towards the third bend, and Lemon Rebel is closing, but Nikita Billy gets around it. He's gone 2.5 in front again from Lemon Rebel. This is an impressive run. Nikita Billy out front, owned by Rowan Murphy, and coming home clear up the straight. This is impressive. Nikita Billy wins it from 4 Lemon Rebel second, and 6 Spellbound looks to be third. She's running on well at the finish. The time 29.80. World Class and Priceless Rebel had finished first and second in that, well, highly controversial Champion Stakes final just a matter of weeks ago. They clashed again in Heat 24. World Class won the previous time. Could he do it again? The favourites go from 1 and 5. Hare behind traps and away to go. 4 fast out. Tarabello leads up, but here comes World Class. Sprints to the front before the bend. World Class, the Champion Stakes winner. Price's Rebel goes into second place after him, and 3 Anamore Tom back in third. But it's into the back straight. It's World Class with a lead of 4-5 lengths over 1 Price's Rebel. World Class from Price's Rebel. He's trying to close in second. He has closed it slightly, but he's not going to get up here tonight. World Class out front, 4 ahead on the final bend. World Class, Price's Rebel is running on well, but World Class is in a class of his own here. Wins this one from number 1 Price's Rebel second, and number 2 Tom's Mixture is third. The time 29.81. Well, it was a quite magnificent night at Shelbourne Park when the first round was completed. Great performances. The fastest run of the night, Nikita Billy, just ahead of World Class. We'll be back for the second round next week. It takes place, of course, on Thursday and Saturday night at Shelbourne Park. You can enjoy all the highlights in our next programme.
We'll take a look ahead now to the fixtures, and on Thursday at Shelbourne Park it's the second round of the Paddy Power Irish Derby, which continues on Saturday night. It's also the second round of the Bank of Ireland Stake at Cork, while Clonmel Track has racing action on Thursday, Friday and Sunday of this week. Then on Friday you'll host the final of the Ascot Open Bitch Stake, and the semi-finals of the Rose of Tralee Stake takes place at the Kingdom Stadium and concludes on Wednesday the 27th. While at Harold's Cross, the first round of the Champion Professional Racer gets underway. On Saturday, it's the semi-finals of the Waterford Glass Open 550 at Kilkerne Park, the final of the Heineken 575 at Cork, and back to Tralee for the semi-finals of the Kerry Agribusiness 575. And the closing date for entries for the Fulcher Ireland 600 at Lifford is Thursday, the 4th of September. Next week, we bring you highlights of the Derby heats, the semi-finals from Waterford and the Rose of Tralee Stake, plus that final from Cork.